Have you ever been so sure of something and then somebody proves you wrong the next day and then it messes with your confidence for a couple days? This has happened to me before. So I've sometimes been so sure of being right on certain things, and then when someone's like, Dom, you're completely wrong, it definitely messes with me. But I have three fixes that will help reframe your mindset and help you not feel very embarrassed and feel honestly really dumb, because I felt that before. I felt like I'm an idiot, and I because I was so confident in believing in something, and then I get proven wrong. Right? It's almost like a shatter to your confidence and your ego and all this stuff. And I get that. Don't worry. I've been there. I've had that happen many times. But the first thing we got to talk about, you know, being wrong is okay. Being wrong is a learning lesson, right? You got to accept being wrong, right? Nobody's perfect. We got to realize this. Nobody's perfect. Every successful person has had mistakes, has had lessons throughout. And I'm not some people think I'm perfect. I've seen it before, but nobody's perfect. Okay? You can be wrong, guys. You guys can be wrong. I'm wrong. Everybody's wrong. You got to treat these times when you're wrong as lessons. When somebody proves you wrong, you should be like, okay, so there's a lapse in my judgment, and let's work to fix it and make it better, right? Let's work to be better about it and learn about it, right? So that's kind of an easy point I would like to talk about. Just, accepting you're wrong and treating it as a learning lesson, guys. Treating it as a learning lesson. But the main thing, the second point, is detaching your identity from being right. I used to always think whatever I thought was right. I'm not even lying. I thought I was right. I would go into conversations, I would go into class, whatever the case may be, and my identity was like, I have to be right, and whatever I say is right, and if I hear something else, I'll consider it, but what I believe is right, right? And you gotta detach yourself from this identity, and because you have so many outcomes where you're gonna either be right or wrong, right? But if you always are thinking you're right, then that's just an identity problem, right? It's yourself. You are the problem, right? So you need to detach yourself from that. You need to be okay. I believe in this. Yeah, I believe in this. But if you're wrong, okay, all right. Why am I wrong? Let's talk about it. And you gotta not get kind of like not butthurt about it, but you gotta not get hurt about it. Where like you get told that you're wrong, and then now your confidence is shattered. Now I've been there. I've had that happen before. I remember I was what was the case? I was like in the gym. I was working out, and I did was it flies? I did like chest flies a certain way, and I remember I was told I was wrong. Like I had my hands out like this. I don't here. Hold on. I had my hands out like this, and I was told to have it out more like this, not straight like this. I used to do them like this, and it's subjective, but it's a little thing. But you gotta just take it and be okay with it, right? Like you're not always gonna be right. You're not always gonna be right. So you just gotta accept it, right? So don't have your identity set on being right, because that's gonna hurt you in the long run, guys. You didn't lose confidence because you were wrong. You lost your confidence because you attached your identity to it. You like nowadays, if I'm wrong, I still am confident. I still am a great person. I'm still going about my days, right? I'm still doing everything I can. But when I had this identity before of being right, and I know everyone has this, and everyone's gone through this, you lose your confidence, and then you get, overwhelmed, and for a certain period of time, you're not feeling like 100%, So that's what I'm saying, guys. You gotta not attach yourself to this identity. And my last point, confident and successful people, they're not always right. The thing is, though, they don't spiral, and they don't get flustered about it. They accept they're right, and they keep it pushing. Like, I bet every famous person out there has been wrong. Everybody's been wrong, right? But they handle it a certain way, right? They don't take it as a shot and then, like, their ego's destroyed. No, they're like, okay, why am I wrong? Let's figure this out. I want to be right. I want to get it right. I want to learn, like we talked about, right? Lessons. These are lessons, right? So you just gotta handle like rejection right. You gotta handle being wrong right, because I don't know, nobody likes being told they're wrong. Even to this day, I still am like, oh dang it, I'm wrong. Why am I wrong? And you don't like it, but it's just the way of handling it, guys. It's the way of handling it and not letting it consume you and shatter that confidence that you've built all around yourself, right? This is kind of a shorter video, but the point I'm trying to get is, we want to be the best versions of ourselves. We want to be confident, and when people tell us that we're wrong, it happens, guys. But if being wrong just shakes up your confidence, it means your confidence wasn't really built up right. If you think about it, you were never really solidly confident, right? Your confidence was always built on being right, and that's not what we want, guys. We don't want to have our confidence built on being right. We want to have our confidence built on ourself and our whole structure as a whole, not just on the determination of being right or wrong. Hey, very short video today. I appreciate everybody watching, man. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching, I just got done with my first onboarding call. Shout out to you. Great guy. We're working on the community. Just if you are interested in getting coaching, there is a Google form link in the description. Fill it out, and I'll accept you into the community. And heck yeah. I'll see you guys there. Stay tuned, baby.